D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I break down some TV shows, movies, and stories for you in about 10 to 12 minutes. Sorry that this post is so late. I had some family issues that I couldn't post right away. I will try to manage my time better, and everyone, all that good stuff. So why don't we just jump into the TV shows? Now, we saw... Oh, real quick, I just want to say I'm only going to do 2 TV shows because there's a couple more... There's more stories that I want to do than TV shows or whatnot. So as I was saying, Supergirl, we saw the Dark Side of the Moon episode, and that's where they went to across space to go to the asteroid, which they found out was Argo City. When they landed on Argo City, then Kara ended up getting to see her mom, which was played by Smallville actress that I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But it was a pretty decent episode. One of the smaller parts of the story was that someone was trying to kill Alex. I felt that storyline was a little weak. It was like this episode was weak in general. I mean, the build up wasn't that great, and then the payoff, in my opinion, wasn't that great. But one thing that we did see was at the end when she went to the council, we saw on the council was the character named Selene, who is a throwback to one of Supergirl's villains, who is a witch, which is also the main villain in the Supergirl movie. But she is a member of the Kryptonian Council, the High Council, and she agreed to let her have the rock, which is probably a bad thing if your villain lets you have something. So they got the rock and they went off to Earth, and now they are going to turn Rain into just Samantha, but they're really not going to do that because something bad's going to happen because Selene gave them that rock. Next I want to talk about is Lucifer. Now, Lucifer is a show that has been canceled, but there's been a campaign, hashtag Save Lucifer. And the thing about the show is I personally like this show. I love the whole supernatural thing, but they aired a 2-hour special where they aired 2 episodes, and one of the episodes was called Once Upon a Time. Now, this episode was voiced by God, which is the voice of Neil Gaiman, who is one of the creators of Lucifer in his comic book Sandman. It's really good. If you get a chance, it's pretty good. It's not really good. It's pretty good. I personally enjoyed it, but I know some people that don't enjoy it, and some people can come up with good arguments why it's not like fantastic, but it's still pretty good. If you read it, I think you'll enjoy it. But anyways, so he voiced God. So now it makes me want them to bring back the show and have Neil Gaiman come on and play God, because that would be super great. But they did that one, and the other one was we got to see a furry fight, and that was pretty fun. I liked it a lot. It made me happy just to see 2 people dressed up as mascots fighting and everything. So I thought it was personally pretty good. So that movies that came out this weekend, we saw Action Point, Adrift, and American Animals. Now, I have to say, if you look at the box office numbers for this weekend, number 1 was Solo, a Star Wars story. Number 2 was Deadpool 2, and number 3 was the movie Adrift, and that movie also came out. That movie was the one that came out along with these 2 other movies, and that one was in the top 3. Action Point only ended the weekend at number 9, and American Animals ended at number 24, which is a bummer. I mean, nobody was going to see that movie because, I mean, I barely heard of it, and, I think I just saw the trailer today. So, and by today, I mean, yesterday by the time you're watching this. Okay, so... now let's get into the news. Okay, so for my first story, I want to talk about Morgan Freeman has had sexual misconduct accusations brought up against him. And speaking of the voice of God, a bunch of reporters, CNN has reported that a bunch of reporters have said that he has been inappropriate with him, with touching and everything. And Morgan Freeman has said, and out of the 8 people that they said that they have attached to this story, only one person gave their name, and it was a reporter for CNN. So a lot of people are very upset about this. One of them is Morgan Freeman, and he has decided that he is going to sue CNN, and he wants a retraction. And of course, CNN is not going to give a retraction. I've never heard of them giving a retraction, and I am pretty sure they won't start now, especially with this story. So when it comes to cases like this, it's very hard to figure out what's going on. One, you want to believe victims, because if you don't believe them, then it's a problem, because then if something does happen, the person gets away with it. So you always want to believe the victim, but you have to have proof to go further as far as legal wise and everything. You can't charge someone, you can't charge someone and find them guilty without proof. Now, as far as public opinion goes, you can absolutely find them guilty, but that, like I said, that's public opinion. And this story is still developing, and we'll see how further it goes along. I'm very interested in see it. I do like Morgan Freeman, but if you are inappropriately touching people, I think maybe you should calm it down a little bit, just because we live in a different time now, and you can't get away with anything. So I would say just keep it cool. My next thing is a casting, which Jamie Foxx has been cast in Spawn. Todd McFarlane is going to be making his directorial debut on the new Spawn movie, and he has cast, from what I understand, his friend Jamie Foxx. Now, Jamie Foxx has always said he wanted to be, and Todd McFarlane, I believe, said he gave a lengthy interview. He talked a lot, probably too much, but Jamie Foxx was interested in it. He had faith in it, but then he went off and did his own thing, and which is something you should do as a reporter or whatnot. But Todd McFarlane stuck with him and cast him, and I wouldn't have cast him. I personally don't like Jamie Foxx as an actor. I don't think he's good. And if you look at his track record, as far as movies go, he is not someone that brings in the dough. I mean, he has had his movies that have brought in money. For instance, Ray brought in a lot of money, and he was good in that. But the problem is he's not consistently good, in my opinion. He just has these exceptions to the rule. But tell me what you think about that. I would love to hear other people's opinions. If you like Jamie Foxx, please tell me why you like Jamie Foxx, and don't just point out the 2 or 3 movies that he's done that's really good and made a lot of money, because he's made more movies that have made no money than movies that have made a lot of money. Okay, so my next story, the production on Disney's Maleficent 2 has officially is underway, and now we're getting our first look at Angelina Jolie as she reprises her role as the tutelar character. Jolie's co-star Anna Fanning, who plays Princess Aurora in the upcoming film, took to Instagram today to share a few behind-the-scene photos from the Maleficent 2 set and reveal a not-so-villainous-looking Jolie, partially in costume. If you look at this picture, I think she just looks like she did in the first one, pretty much, except she's got that, like, golden ball or whatnot right there, or whatever that is. I'm looking forward to this movie, but the first one I really didn't think was all that great. I mean, it was okay, but I think that when it comes to Disney princesses and movies in general, I think the villain, heroes are defined by their villains. If you don't have a villain, a great villain, then you're not really defined that well. And I don't think that Maleficent was a villain in this movie. So therefore, Aurora really wasn't a great princess, in my opinion. So the next thing I want to talk about, and of course this has been all over the news, and that is that Roseanne has been canceled. And I know you've all heard about it. You've seen the tweet, or you've heard about the tweet, and that is because she made a very racist comment against a woman that served under President Obama's administration. And she said that, gosh, I wish I had wrote down her name in my notes. Shoot. But she said that she was, if the Muslim Brotherhood and the Planet of the Apes had a baby, it would be her. And the woman is African American. And it's very bad. And Roseanne deserved to get her show canceled. It wasn't a good joke. It wasn't funny. I think that Roseanne is a funny person, and she could have came up with something way better than that. I mean, if you want to insult somebody, don't don't go for the easiest mark. That's not, and plus, don't go for the racist stuff. I don't understand why people automatically jump to racism. It's just, it's not a good thing. And I'm pretty sure she regrets it 100%. So for my last story, I want to talk about it. Uma Thurman is talking about, she was, it was released she was in Kill Bill 1, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and she was in a car accident in that one, and the video for it was released, and she is saying that she was bullied into doing that by Harvey Weinstein and, shoot, the director. I cannot think of it off the top of my head. I should have wrote everything down, but I didn't because
I'm trying to think, but nothing happened.
You know the director. Anyways, I'll put a picture up. But she was bullied into doing it, and now she's saying she's had some neck complications from it. And, and it's going back to the whole Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement, that men are bullying women. And I'm pretty sure she's done working with that director. She's definitely done working with Harvey Weinstein because he is kaput and everything. But if you've seen that video, tell me what you think about that. So what's coming up next? Of course, we'll have Supergirl. We won't have Lucifer, but we have a lot of shows coming up. A lot of shows. I mean, all the shows are pretty much winding down. I mean, like, if they haven't had their season finale, they're going to have it soon, and other shows are going to start up soon. So I am trying to find shows that I watch on the regular. Right now, my TV shows are going off, so that leaves me a wide range. If you have any suggestions to good TV shows that have started up or are coming up and that are really good, that you think are good, suggest them to me down below and I will give them a try. Movies that are coming out this weekend are Hotel Artemis, Hereditary, and the one that I think will get #1 for next weekend is Ocean's 8. Now, I'm excited about this movie, and not just because it's an all-female-led cast. I don't really like that whole dynamic because not that I don't like, not that I did like the all-male cast, but they should have had the one man in there, kind of like, gosh, what's her name? I am having a horrible day on remember actors' names. Julia Roberts was in Ocean's 11. She was their female of the group. I mean, and I really think they should have added a male in the group. But it does look good. It looks funny. I like a lot of the people in it. I love Sandra Bullock and everything. So I can't wait to see. I'm going to go see it. I hope you guys go see it. So tell me what you thought of the Supergirl episode. Tell me what you think about Lucifer. If you watch the show, are you super bummed that it's canceled and it might not come back? They're still trying to save it. Tell me what you thought about the 5 stories that I shared with you today. And then if you saw any of the movies, the 3 movies that came out this weekend, tell me what you thought about them and all that stuff. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like. If you don't hit the like video, tell me what you didn't like about this video and how I can improve, because I'm always looking to improve and do better. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. That would help me out a lot. And if you could share this video, I would greatly appreciate that. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.